Today we're going to do a budget Bluetooth radio install on my old 1983 Chevy Silverado. It doesn't have a working radio in it right now. Somebody put some speakers into the door panels. Didn't come with speakers in the dash, so I'm going to add some speakers to the dash, put a Bluetooth radio in it, just so I can cruise around and listen to some tunes. Follow along, hit subscribe, ring the bell, hit the like button, leave a comment. Tell me how it looks. Alright, here I am in the truck. I'm going to pull the radio out. I don't think it's stock. I think it's been replaced before. It's just a cassette. Solid gold hits of the 70s. Let's see, to do this, let's pull these knobs just directly off. I don't know what size it is, 1/2 inch. Deep well socket. There we go. Pressure on through. Unhook the cable for the antenna. Here I got a big conglomeration here of wires to different speakers. They're in the door panel. Looks like I got a power wire here in the red and some sort of connector here. Pull it off. There we go. That's removal of the old one. Jet Sound cassette player. Not sure if that's original. Don't know. Don't care. So with the new one, I'm going to make myself a nice faceplate to fit that screen that I'll show you later. It'll have one volume knob. The other knob I'm going to have to figure out something with. Maybe just make a dummy knob so it matches. For wiring, I'm going to need power and ground is all. So here's power for sure. Coming directly off the fuse block, and then ground to a ground point on the firewall. I think I'm going to make a plate to mount that amp Bluetooth knob on. Yeah, should be pretty easy. Then run wires to my speakers. All right, this is what I got here in the box. Comes with this PCB. Looks like a couple amps, 2 outs for left and right, 1 out for a sub. I've got it powered right now by a 9-volt guitar pedal adapter. It's got a front screen. Here you can see, show you that it's Bluetooth, shows volume. Hooked up to the screen, there is a volume knob. There is IR receiver for the remote. There is then some buttons for adjusting things. If you don't have the remote, it'll adjust through the base. It'll turn off and on, that sort of thing. Comes with a remote to adjust as needed. Yeah, so somehow I'm gonna get this mounted in the dash. And then I got 2 3.5 inch speakers, and then 1 4x6 that I'm using as my sub. Probably not the best speakers in the world, but I think we'll get somewhere with it. At least make some noise. It works on my test bench here. We'll see how it goes. First I need to make a nice faceplate for this, so that it fits in the dash and looks nice. I'm going to do a wood surround, glue it in probably, but that should make it look real nice. I'll have to find a spot to mount this up underneath. Could use the plate. I thought about, pulling this guy apart, taking the top off, just gutting it, but then I still would need to find a spot for, for the potentiometer to go, so that would be in the way. So we'll see how it goes. Make it up as I go along. All right, now we're gonna move the dash to get to the speaker spots. This never had speakers in it, so we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna mount the speakers underneath the dash. Missing a logo. We got 4 9/32 screws here in the bottom. I already have the instrument cluster bezel out, so the last thing Just a screw here on the end. Then pull it off. When you get it off, putting it back on, you're gonna have to hook up pipe there for the AC or the HVAC. You can do that from the bottom. All right, step it in. You can see the cutouts for the speakers here. One here in the center, one on the outside. I'm going to do a left, or I'm going to do a right, left, and then put a sub here, or put the sub here in the center. Really, it's just a 4x6 speaker that I'm turning into a sub. There's holes here for mounting. A few holes here across the front, a couple holes. These had special brackets originally. If your truck came with those, we're gonna have to formulate our own. Start at the center. Yeah, so I have a 4x6. Fits pretty good actually, better than I thought. A couple of screws here in the top will probably hold it on pretty good. That was gonna be an easy one. These are larger holes on the outside. I might have been able to fit a slightly larger speaker in there. But again, I can mount them in there just like that. Put a screw in there. That should be enough. Maybe give her a twist. Oh yeah, look at that. One on either side. Just a couple little sheet metal screws. Be hard to get a screwdriver in here hitting the glass. Let's see what we got. So here on the driver's side, definitely going to be harder. This one sits at a bit of an angle. Locks down in there, clears the flanges or the back of the gauge cluster just fine. I could use a screw here. Put a screw in there, no problem. That one you're never gonna reach. This one almost lines up with the factory screw hole. Yeah, we'll just drill those in there. Run our cheap speaker wire down to where we're at here at the hole in the back, obviously. Yeah, be nice and easy. This one doesn't have to go very far. Throw that one in. There we go. It ain't pretty. But they're in there. Different screws for each one. All wires routed under the dash. Ready to go for a hookup. So I found a few holes there in the bottom, so that's where I'm going to mount that 2x4. So that'll come up from the bottom to hit that. Fill in that cavity there, make it look real nice. Let's get that dash pad put back on. Alright, here's the hole it's going into. Here's the piece. But before we do that, I need to hook up my volume potentiometer. So that's gonna go here on this side where the volume is. Hopefully I have enough washers so it doesn't pull through. It's infinite clicks, so it doesn't matter which way you put it. Probably should get some bigger washers. We'll see. I had to find this nut and these washers. They didn't come with the kit, but I had some laying around from building guitars and things. That might work. All right, hopefully I can hold this where you can see it and get all these connections hooked up. So first, well, let's do speakers first. So I got left and right, which is over here. Worry about phase later. Sub here in the middle. Some quick connects would have made this much easier. Could have done this on the bench. There you go. Driver's side speaker. There we go, speakers are hooked up. Now power comes into that guy there. There we go, power. That would have been backwards. So, power. And ground, which I have tied to just a firewall bolt. We'll make this look nice later. And then, when it is up inside of here, hook up this face plate, give it a little twist, make sure it's in there good. Now when I turn the key on, look at that. Power. Sound? Bluetooth? Maybe we'll get some music playing out of it. Alright, the dash is on. Gotta fix a brake light still. But you can see how it fits. I need to make some knobs. I'm gonna make a volume knob out of a piece of wood too. And then I'll make a piece of wood cover here for this one, I think, just to glue over the top of that bolt holding it in. Yeah, it sure looks pretty nice. Comes on to Bluetooth every time. I gotta hit play on my phone. Not the biggest deal. But yeah, she works pretty good. Volume goes up and down. The speakers are covered. I got some covers going for those, so. There we go, all installed. Little hillbilly. She was cheap, and she works. Got the test microphone set up. Gonna run some sweeps through it. We'll see how she sounds, make some adjustments along with the bass, treble, and subwoofer volumes. We'll see how she turns out and what kind of adjustability we have. So I took some readings. I set everything perfectly flat on the screen, and you can see it didn't really come out flat. Not a lot in the low end. There's a little hump at 2K where the loudness was set to be on, and here I turned the sub up 8 clicks. And you can see it didn't really turn the sub up, it just turned everything down, but it flattened it out all right. Then I went and tried to turn the sub down, 8 clicks, and you can see that it didn't do much. Once it smooths out, yeah, the sub went down ever so slightly there in the very low frequencies. Next up, I tried to turn the highs up just to have to see what that does to the system. And when it smooths out, you can see that the highs went up ever so slightly. They're above 1K. And then after that, I did bass up, because you can adjust the bass. So I went up 8 clicks with the bass. And it's hard to see there, but there's a little bit extra bass now in there. So there's a little bit of adjustability to the system, not a whole lot. And then, so I went and tried to set it to get the flattest amount possible. And you can see the red line there at the bottom and made it nice and flat. But by the time I was done, I just kind of set it right back to normal flat, everything the same, and it really sounded the same inside the truck. All right, how'd it turn out? I think it turned out all right. It works. I got tunage as I go down the road, which is always nice. Bluetooth is really handy. Couple downsides is I don't have a tuner to listen to the radio anymore, which is fine with me because there hasn't been anything good since 1995 on country radio. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Tell me what you think in the comments. I got links to all the parts I use down in the description, so check those out. Hit like, catch you on the next one. If you want to see more square body stuff, let me know. Maybe we'll start a new channel on fixing her up. So, thanks for watching.